You're scrolling through the job listings trying to figure out where to send your resume, but before you do that, make sure your resume is the best it can be. You need to keep a few things in mind. Your resume can be the first impression. It's what employers use to determine whether to call you for an interview. So, how should you arrange it? Here's the New York State Labor Department resume expert, Andrea Howard.
Most resumes will start with the name, address, phone number, and email on the top. Following that is either the objective or the profile. The difference is that the objective is more future-oriented. I want to obtain a position as a whatever the job title is, where the profile is more of a summary of that person's experience in that job.
After your name, profile, or objective, you need to make sure you list your qualifications and skills, and your resume should be easy to read.
That should be followed with either a keyword summary or a qualification summary. You're making it easy on them. You're doing that work for them.
Using some of those keywords can be vital, especially if your resume goes through an optical scanner. That's because the first round of elimination can be done by a computer.
Especially with the higher tech companies or companies that get many applications or resumes every year, they don't have the human resources staff to personally review them all. So they'll program a computer for keywords, scan the paper resumes through the computers, and then the ones that match the keywords will be looked at by a person.
Howard suggests that if you know your resume will go through a computer scan, it's best to send along a text-only version attached to your resume. So what are those keywords and how do you find them?
Every industry has different keywords. One of the places that people will typically get them is by mirroring the job advertisement that they're applying for.
Some examples of keywords: visionary leadership, a change agent, or capturing cost reductions. For more of those industry keywords, click on the keyword link right above this video. Keep in mind, for every 5 unemployed New Yorkers, there's only one job. No two resumes should be the same. Prepare your resume for a specific job. Also, keep it concise.
Because it's only going to get a 10 to 15 second scan, the one page is preferred, but there are exceptions to that. You want to make it easy to read. You want to have a font size that's big enough to make it easy on the eye, have some white space in between, format it in a way that's very attractive to the person reading it. So you might want to go 2 pages.
How you focus your resume will also depend on how much work experience you have. For example, if you've just graduated from college, you would list your education first. But if you've been in the workforce for a while, your work history is primary. You should only provide references if asked. Remember, a good-looking resume can be what gets your foot in the door. Howard describes how a resume actually helped an experienced teacher struggling to find a job, get an interview, and then get the job.
We were able to show not only that she had 10 years of experience in the classroom, but what types of children she worked with, what the challenges were, how she was able to overcome some of the problems that she had encountered.
Her impressive resume was pulled out of a pile of 200 resumes. So, what makes a resume bad? Take a look at this example. The font is illegible. It lists education first, even though this person has a work history. It lists the duties as opposed to accomplishments. A resume should emphasize what you can do for the employer and not what you want from that employer. Here's a better resume. It's easy to read. It highlights qualifications, expertise, and how the person impacted the employer's bottom line. If you're looking for success and need help with your resume, you can always sign up for a resume workshop at one of the Labor Department's 81 one-stop career centers across the state. Be sure to check back here for more information on cover letters and interviewing skills.